KATU.com. Free video, no pop-ups, no registration. And watch K2 News every day for coverage that truly reflects life in the Northwest. See the difference and the reasons why more viewers are switching to K2 News, the Northwest news leader and the spirit of the Northwest.
It's been a spectacular spring salmon fishing season. It's only the third fishing season in many decades. Fishermen have been allowed to catch salmon on the Columbia River. But it's also been a big season for anglers breaking the rules. Grant McComey continues his two exclusive reports on the surprising number of fishing violations. And tonight, he joins the game cops who go undercover to reel in those outdoor outlaws.
Yeah, am I getting a ticket or what's going on here?
Well, you're fishing without a license.
Yesterday, we showed you how the game cops catch illegal salmon fishermen who don't have fishing licenses or use too many fishing rods. Officers said their fast jet boat helps them catch the violators, but they admitted there's another more effective way, undercover.
You have to become a fisherman. If you become a fisherman, you're going to see a lot more.
So with a small hidden camera on a cold, rainy morning. And today, the officers traded in their uniforms for their fishing clothes, their rods, reels, and an unmarked boat. We're going out to an area where fishermen hang out and where some of them are breaking the law. We anchor near several boats where fishermen are already catching salmon. Officer Trigley Klepp notes the time that each fish is caught and which angler is catching the fish. He also watches this man, who catches a salmon with one rod, then a little later casts a lure on a different rod. Klepp recognizes this man. He was suspended from fishing in Oregon a year ago for fishing with too many rods. After watching a second salmon go aboard, Klepp decides to contact the men. It turns out that the boat has 4 fishing lines in the water, but only 3 anglers on board.
Don't cut that rod, okay? If you do, you're going to be pinched for littering, all right?
The officer warns the fishermen several times not to cut the line on that extra rod.
If you do, you're getting cited for littering, you're going to be aiding. Okay, that's fine. Have it your way.
Klepp gathers the angler's licenses and tags, then fills out the citations. He sees that the suspended angler purchased a Washington fishing license that allows him to fish here. But he also sees that the second salmon wasn't marked on the salmon tag by the fisherman who caught it. That's required by law. Instead,
he recorded this salmon on his bow tag, his elk bow tag.
Klepp gives the men 3 citations, but they insist they did nothing wrong.
So you didn't have hooks on any of those lines?
These 3, the back one, no.
So no hooks on that lure?
Not that lure. They were flashers, silver flashers.
Trouble was, each time we saw that extra rod, there was a lure with hooks attached. You can see them clearly. As for tagging a salmon on an elk hunting tag...
Hey, Jack, you look at my paperwork, every one of my tags say steelhead and salmon on the back, okay? Have you ever fished?
Just wanted to know why on the elk tag.
Hey, it was an honest mistake. Why did you just back off, Jack?
Generally, they have a pretty negative attitude when they get caught. And unfortunately, this was no different here today. He's a very experienced individual with the fishing and hunting regulations and is familiar with how the tags are marked.
Klepp says it's a solid case, but also unfortunate because the fishing is so good, anglers don't need to cheat.
They feel they have to cheat, and even this is the 3rd time that this individual has been caught in the same area. Just doesn't want to play by the rules.
Rules that the game cops will continue to enforce, in uniform or not. Along the Columbia River, Grant McComey, K2 News.
We can also tell you the Columbia River below Bonneville Dam will close to all salmon fishing tonight at midnight.